Hello, my name is Johan Falk. I work at NodeOne Scandinavia. This is episode 7 of the Learn Rules Framework screencast series. I call rules a framework rather than module. Though it is a module, it is a project, but it's also a framework. This screencast and a few more, we're going to look at some practical examples of how to use rules. Compare that to what to give some more flesh on the examples we saw during the concept presentation, the previous 6 screencasts. Some of those were quite strange and awkward, and I thought it might be good to see some real-world use cases of this module. Before going into that, I, as usual, want to mention the Learn Drupal library at NodeOne.se and this tab up here, Learn Drupal. We have a lot of screencast series and exercise series if you want to learn Drupal, in particular configuration. We also have a book about Drupal configuration. It contains all the essential stuff you need to know when working with Drupal, and then you can continue to learn more as you specialize on your field. So if you're a site builder or a configurator with Drupal, this book is definitely what you want to have. If you're a coder for Drupal, want to learn Drupal coding, you definitely want this book as well, because you shouldn't learn coding without learning configuration first. You'll reinvent the wheel and cause a lot of unnecessary work. If you're a project manager or a themer, you also want to have this book, I guess, if you want to start with Drupal, because it covers all the essential stuff that you should know about, but you can skip, say, the last half of the book or last third of the book or so, because it's probably not that interesting to you. If you're a Drupal customer or client, then you could get this book as well and read, say, the first third or something, maybe the first half of the book. Right, so that's it. Here's the sandbox site. We have a new clean sandbox site that I'm using, nothing particular about it. And I thought in this screencast we're going to mimic some of the functionality found in the login destination module that allows you to set a page that you're redirected to when logging in. We're going to do that have administrators be redirected to the content overview page when they log in, so they see any new content posted to the site. And we're going to have regular visitors, regular users redirected to the front page. This feature will be available in the rules bonus pack module. RB is the machine name. Some kind of experimental or sandbox project for features and functionality concerning rules. Right, I should say this is not a module intended for live use, so even if you find useful stuff in it, don't depend on it for production sites. Right, so here is a sandbox site, and we want to have some rules acting when you log into the site. I've enabled rules. That's the only function providing module I've enabled on this site. The rest is just like navigation stuff here. So, heading over to rules, we have no reaction rules right now, so I'm adding a new one. And starting at the event here, we can see that down at the bottom under user, we have an event called user has logged in. That's pretty useful in our case because we want to do something with someone that's logged in. I'm going to call this first rule login redirect for administrators. I'm going to give this a tag as well because that's kind of useful when you want to export stuff and put it into a module. So I'm going to call this login redirect. Okay, save. So, cool. The most important or most interesting thing here is the redirect action, so I'm skipping right to that. Adding an action. It's found under the system section here. It says page redirect. So I'm selecting that one and checking which path we should take here. It's called admin/content, okay. So we should go to admin/content. Should we force redirect? I don't think that's appropriate in this case because pretty often you log in and get this destination equals and the page you are at right then. And probably you don't want to be redirected to the content overview page in such a case, because you want to stay in the context that you were when you logged in. On the other hand, if you go directly to the login window, say at /user or user block on the front page, then you will probably want to be redirected to the content overview page. So I'm deselecting this force redirect. Append destination parameter. No, I will not. I don't think that's necessary in this case. Alright, so now this will happen for everyone logging in. That's not really what I want to do right now. Only administrators should be redirected, so I'm adding a condition here. And down at the bottom among the user things, again, we have user has roles. You could potentially use, well, at least in theory, use a condition user has permission, which could be useful in this case, because you might not have the administrator role at all sites. You might have other roles as well that also manage content on your site, and you want to have all of these be redirected to the content overview page. So then you could check for permission to manage content, for example, and redirect those users when they log in. But that is not available in rules standard, so it might be available at some point in rules bonus pack, and if people like it, it might go into the rules core module. Okay, so let's see what we have when it comes to user accounts here. We have the account logged in user. We also have here site current user. I think that's a bad idea. I'm going to use the account instead. If we get the sites, the global acting user, we might end up with the anonymous user who has not yet logged in. I'm not sure, because the user becomes logged in the page load process. So this seems like a good idea. The account should be administrator, save. Alright, so when someone logs in, if they're administrators, redirect to the content overview page. Let's see if this works. Switching to Google Chrome, another browser here. Same site, and trying to log in with my root account, which is an administrator. Now, this would not have worked if I was not an administrator, if I didn't have the administrator role. Log in. What the heck? Let's just double check that I have the administrator account. Okay, so what's going on then? Let's log out here and just clear the cache for the sake of it. Alright, logging in again. What's that? Log in. No. So what's happening here then? User has logged in, user has role administrator, page redirect to admin/content, force redirect, false. Maybe I need this redirect. Force redirect. So logging out again, this is very fun indeed. Root. Yeah, okay, so I need the force redirect. That's kind of a surprise for me. Alright, then that's a lesson from this screencast. You need the force redirect if you want to have redirect working on the login. Probably there's a hidden destination used when you log in then. Cool. Right, so let's do another rule here for people who are not administrators. Rules, add new rule. Login redirect for non-administrators. I'm going to give this the same tag because I want to group them together later on. React on event, same thing here. User has logged in. Save. Alright, and I want to redirect to the front page. So I'm taking the system page redirect here, and I should be able to use front like this, maybe. Worst case, I can use a site URL here. But let's see if front here works. Force redirect, yeah, we know I should probably use this one by now. Okay. I also need another user account, so let's add a user here. Gonna call it test user. Sneezing time, I think. No sneezing. Good. No administrator. Create new account. Oh, which reminds me, we should have a condition here checking that we're not administrators. Add condition. User has roles. Account administrator. Negate. So we check if it's an administrator. Only if it's not an administrator, we should do something. Right. User has logged in and not user has role administrator, page redirect to front. Okay, so let's see if this works then. Log out, test. All right, so this might not be very interesting. I was on the front page already. So let's go to /user, log in from here, and I'm redirected to the front page. Right, cool. That's one of the ways you can use rules. Really small configuration, and you get some pretty nice functionality on your site. In the next screencast, we're going to look at sending out messages and notifications on new comments. See you there. Bye.